Bar Stool Sports. Titus, Brandon Walker, Mostly Sports.
Welcome to Mostly Sports. I'm Mark Titus. He is Brandon Walker. Today is Tuesday, March 5th. Mm-hmm. Is it the 5th? How'd you know that? Do you think you're better than me?
Because yesterday was the 4th.
Yeah, that's probably.
Why are you hollering?
That's probably one way. We are live from Chicago, and what do you want to talk about?
Why are you just wearing a regular gray shirt today?
I don't know.
Okay.
Cool. Hold on. Can I for a second?
Yeah, please.
I think I'm gonna do it.
Uh-oh.
I think cool guy Mark is here.
No. Oh, fuck. Whoa, what did you do? You didn't tell me we were doing cool guy Mark today?
It's cool guy Mark.
Get mugged.
Every so often you got to surprise the people on a Tuesday morning.
Man, we didn't
Cool guy Mark is
we didn't have time to publicize this or anything.
No. Surprise appearance.
All right, if you're watching, tell your friends. Tell everybody that cool guy Mark's here.
Yeah.
I guess there'll be a little bit more slang
You know what I'm going to do for you?
What? No.
Oh,
That's
God.
crazy.
Mugged.
That's this fucking guy over here. I want to tee you up because you came up with a good topic for today.
Yeah.
You mentioned last night Anthony Edwards, who plays terrific player, by the way. Also, kind of a fascinating guy. Kind of a real character. This Anthony Edwards for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah. In a mostly good way.
Mostly
like,
good.
It's mostly
yeah.
funny. Mostly.
Yeah. And we love our mostly guys.
We love mostly guys. Yeah.
And he's a mostly guy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's another thing I'm gonna have to do one day. All the mostly guys in sports. This guy's mostly good, mostly an asshole, mostly
a guy.
Mostly a guy.
Mostly
yeah.
a guy.
So Anthony Edwards missed the start of a game.
Yeah, last night against the Blazers, Anthony Edwards, as the game was tipping off, Anthony Edwards was at the scorer's table checking in because he missed the tip-off.
That's so funny.
Because he was back in the locker room.
Yeah.
Now, the obvious answer is that he was shitting. He was taking a poop.
Yeah.
And he was asked about this. He said he was not pooping. I believe his story is that he goes through his own personal routine before the game, which part of his routine is probably pooping.
Yeah.
Right?
But he also, if he goes through his own personal routine before the game, he plays a lot of games.
He plays a lot of games.
And usually I think he's out there to play.
For every other game. And he said he just lost track of time, which does track for Anthony Edwards because Anthony Edwards is, and I say this affectionately, but he is like, he does feel a little just like out there.
He's his own guy.
He's his own guy, which makes him very likable.
He's the guy that hates basketball, right?
He's the guy that, before the draft, he's in a position where he's trying to convince people to be the number one pick.
Yeah.
And in these interviews, he's just like, I could be honest, like I don't even really like basketball. I like baseball way better.
Dude, this kind of sucks.
And now he's America's best hope. How do I say it? And we're in the NBA is in a situation where when LeBron and Steph retire, there's going to be a search for the new face of the league, and there's a belief amongst the xenophobes of the world.
Of which I am one.
Of which I certainly am one.
Yeah.
That the face of the NBA cannot be a foreign. It has to be a black American. That's like.
Well, here's the deal.
And if that is the case, Anthony Edwards seems to be the best.
If the best
option.
player in the world, if the face of the NBA happens to be a Giannis or a Jokic, I simply will refuse to acknowledge it, and I will just shut down. I'm just nope, not going to do it. No. So your theory is that Anthony Edwards missed the tip-off.
Data points than just that. I would like to call attention to last week against the San Antonio Spurs. Anthony Edwards gets an ankle injury. He leaves the game. He comes back later.
Yeah.
None of this is unusual. This happens in sports a lot. Naz Reid, his teammate, in the post-game press conference said that it was a Paul Pierce moment. Now, I think what Naz Reid was trying to say.
Nas really ethered him there.
What Naz Reid was trying to say was this galvanized the team, him coming back. What I heard was that Anthony Edwards had to shit in that game, and that's why he left. He didn't actually hurt his ankle. He had to shit in that game.
So he's a serial shitter.
He's a serial shitter. Is Anthony Edwards a serial shitter is the question you got to ask yourself.
Well, I think it opens up a litany of questions. I think it opens up this question I think it's amazing that shitting doesn't occur or happen or become more of an issue in sports all the time. I think when you are going out to play an NBA game, an NHL game, a Major League Baseball game, you're naturally going to get nervous, and sometimes those nerves could manifest themselves into the shitting. What are the biggest shits in sports?
3 come to mind.
Yeah,
Immediately. Paul Pierce is the one.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think Paul Pierce is the one.
Paul Pierce is my 1A. There is a 1B that I think you might be. You're about to say.
My 1-1.
Yeah.
If we're doing the shitting draft, is Joe Pa.
Yeah. That was my 1B.
And I don't, because Paul Pierce went through the whole thing of faking an injury and everything, right? He got the wheelchair, all that, right? He did all that. It took time. Joe Pa said, "Fuck this noise. Y'all are out there playing. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I gotta go shit." Can we see Joe Pa running? I think this is probably the 5th or 6th time we've seen it on the show. But I will never tire of this.
Now here's a question: do you think Joe Pa knew that he shit his pants? Do you think did Joe Pa know?
I think he definitely knew. He knew he had a shitting situation.
Was this
Connor? Do you think in this situation, did Joe Pa did he know?
Did he know right away?
Joe Pa know. You're just unable to ever say Joe Pa knew?
I imagine if he was aware there was an inkling that he was going to shit his pants, he probably reported it to other people.
Look, 7:21 to go in a second. 4th and 5. We're making a change here. We're playing football.
We're playing the number 1 team in the country, and
Excuse
you're
me,
tied.
guys.
You're
All right.
There's 7 minutes left in the first half, and you are tied.
And he's even running. That ass is clenched.
And the story here was because he comes back out wearing khakis, right?
Does he?
He goes in wearing.
Oh, I don't remember that part.
Because that's why everyone knew he shit his pants. Because he comes out wearing different pants than when he ran in, and I think the story was that after halftime, I think he comes out wearing khakis. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misremembering that.
I want him to be wearing khakis so bad.
Let me see.
Bonnie
Is he
Bernstein?
wearing khakis?
Is Bonnie Bernstein famous for you just?
Just tell he's still kind of washed out. I said, "Coach, what were you able to keep up on in the locker room?" And he's like, "Well, I know we missed a field goal, and then we made it, and that's all that matters."
Does he have khakis?
He
He's got
does.
khakis. He's got the khakis on.
Still looks like he's.
Yeah, he's still in hell. He's still in absolute misery right there. He got to the end of that game. He didn't care if they won. He didn't care if they lost. He just knew he was in a battle.
Damn, he lost to number 1 and number 2 in the same.
Yes, TJ.
That's my number
Give
1.
yourself
Paul
a
Pierce is
point.
still your number 1?
Well, I think Paul Pierce. It depends on. Depends on the criteria, because I think Joe Pa is the more famous instance of like that guy unequivocally, like there's no debating.
There's no denying what
he shit his pants.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce was on a bigger stage though. It wasn't the NBA Finals, right? Was it the Eastern
I
Conference?
thought it was the NBA.
It wasn't the NBA Finals.
Is this a different? Is this when he got taken off in a wheelchair? Or is that different?
That's the wheelchair one.
That happened in Game 1 of the finals.
That was in the NBA Finals.
Yeah, I'm almost.
Well, there you go. I mean, like
2008.
the stage
Couldn't have been bigger.
could not have been bigger.
Yeah.
It's Lakers Celtics NBA Finals Game 1.
Yeah.
He goes off in a wheelchair. And the only reason that one isn't number 1 in your mind is because of the muddying of the waters of what actually happened.
Can we investigate? Can we look at Paul Pierce getting taken off in a wheelchair? I'd like to see if he had the shitting signs. If he has since said he's since backtracked twice.
I think he recently backtracked again.
He recently backtracked again, but he has also gone on record and said
It was a shitting
it was
situation.
he had to poop.
But now he's gone back and
But
said
then
no,
he
it
said
wasn't.
no, I didn't have to poop.
Classic shitter's technique to muddy the waters here. So he's down. He's down.
I've been there. When
Yeah. All right, let's say it's my knee. Let's say it's my knee. Okay.
Have you ever had to shit so bad you hold your knee?
No.
You roll around on the ground holding your knee.
Also, the trainer and Paul Pierce's lips are getting very close on several occasions in this clip.
He got taken. that hand's not doing much,
doing
buddy.
nothing.
All right, we'll just switch to the other camera. There's a lot of people
There's a
in that
whole
hall.
team of people.
Why are there so many people in that hall?
If this happened today, Jake from State Farm would be with them for some reason. And he's back.
Wait, when did he go out? He came back in the third quarter.
5:34 left. Oh, it
Wait,
it was a minute of game time?
He came back in a minute?
It was a minute of game time.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. I did not remember that it was 1 minute of game time.
I thought it was like first quarter and then late in
Holy
the second
shit.
quarter he came
Yeah,
back.
he was shitting. But
That's a quick
Hold on.
shit. That was a quick shit.
I don't think he was shitting. He can't shit that fast.
No, not if he had the kind of shit that would make you leave the court like that would be one of those. We know what it would be. I mean, you're bubbling. You're in terrible shape. You don't shit that fast.
What's more what's more likely, that he had a knee injury that he overcame in
There's
1 minute, or
really no
he
scenario
shit in 1 minute?
I don't know their scenario. You get taken off in a wheelchair and then come back in a minute. Was there a commercial?
Did the score change at all?
The 62-58, then it was 62-62.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what's your third shit?
You tell me?
You said you had three shit.
Lamar Jackson
Monday
on
Night
Monday Night
Football.
Football. Was
Yeah.
he playing the Browns or am I
The
missing
Bengals,
something?
I think,
The
right?
Bengals.
Although-
Well, he was playing the Browns.
Yeah,
He was
really.
going up against the Browns. I just didn't remember if it
I don't
was on
know
the
who he was
football
playing.
field.
Maybe-
No, that was the Browns because that was the
It was the Browns.
there was a bad beat in that game on the safety at the end of the game. That's why I remember that.
Wait, was that also the game where people were saying that was up there with Rams Chiefs as one of the best Monday Night Football games ever?
It was a good game.
Yeah,
And he had a good performance.
Rams Chiefs was the best Monday Night Football game ever.
it was against the Browns. Yeah,
That might be the best regular season football game ever.
possibly.
What
I
was the
remember
final,
where I
54,
was
51?
when I was watching Rams Chiefs.
Mhm.
That's
Same.
how.
I remember when I was. It was a Monday night.
I was at
Yeah.
Brian's Grill, R.I.P.
Brian died or the grill died?
I think the grill died. Brian's still alive.
You could understand where I would. Are you sure Brian's alive?
Well, I was using Brian's possessive grill, R.I.P. comma R.I.P. Not Brian, R.I.P. grill.
Huh.
I don't
Okay.
know.
All right.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I just stopped listening.
Yeah, probably for the best.
I just stopped listening. I don't.
There's 7 minutes left in the second quarter, and the punt team's on the field, and Joe Pa just walks right through.
Sure walk.
He doesn't try.
He doesn't go
He doesn't
around
go. He doesn't try to go down the edges. He doesn't go like, because if he walks down the sideline, okay, what's he doing? He just said, "Fuck it, I'm walking right through the field."
and he comes out
As they're lining up, he doesn't call timeout. As they're lining up, he just cuts through them.
Did he come back out in the first half? No, he came out. He stayed in there until halftime,
Yeah, I guess.
and he wore different pants.
So
Like, he didn't even try to hide
he
it.
shit his pants.
He shit his pants.
Now, Paul Pierce, here's the thing. I would get terrified as a basketball player if I had a shitting situation and I was wearing the all-white uniforms.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
You know how embarrassing that would be if in the fourth quarter he takes a jump shot and you see just a shit stain?
Well, that's why I think that plays into the idea of him shitting, was that he got that's where the wheelchair comes in. Is that he didn't want to, like, my
I
theory is that
Well, how'd they get him into the wheelchair then?
at some point while he was rolling around and he had to shit, he
Yeah.
realized, I don't know if I can hold this, and he may have gambled on a fart. And
All right,
I think they threw him in a wheelchair because he was going to have a big brown stain in his pants.
let's see them put him in the wheelchair. Can we see that?
And then he obviously switched shorts while he was in the locker room.
I don't know what Mostly Sports is, the ultimate legacy is going to be, but I will tell you this. If there is a shitting controversy from 16 years ago, we will
talk about it. We will break it
We
down.
will find it. We will break it down, and we will get to I don't care what Paul Pierce says these days. We're going to figure this out.
We're going to get answers. We're going to get answers, goddammit.
I'd like to see him actually go from floor to wheelchair to discover if there might be.
What other, as TJ's pulling that up, I'm trying to think of other famous shitty, because those are the only three that came to mind immediately. They don't, I think athletes in general and coaches, in Joe Pa's case, need to normalize needing to shit. I think if you're an athlete and you need to go shit,
go
you
shit.
should just say, I have to shit.
Well, this is where baseball has the massive advantage on all the other sports, right? Like if you're playing third base and there's one out in the inning and you're out in the field and you really got to go, just fucking bite your lip, grit your teeth, and just 2 more outs. they run straight up the tunnel. They go
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And then their pants situation's okay. Like they've got the best shitting situation. I guess golfers maybe, but then they're having to go to porta potties.
Golfers, yeah, but if you shit while you're golfing, it's very obvious because you're slowing down.
I think a golfer could disappear for 3 to 5 minutes and be okay though.
Yeah, but can you shit in 3 to 5 minutes?
No, there's no shit in those pants. The way they're carrying them.
You think he'd be shitting right now?
Yeah, I don't think there's shit in those pants.
Tennis has the best shit situation because there's literally a bathroom break incorporated into the match.
What?
Huh.
I think there's a 5-minute bathroom break at majors.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I
I don't like knowing that.
I
never did know that, and now that I know it, I don't like knowing that.
I would say worst is it's got to be basketball, right?
If you
Although
have to-
football,
Hockey, the logistics of having to
no,
take
I
shit.
tell you what though, football though, if you got a shit and you run to the locker room, you got to take pads off. You
I
gotta
think
take all
that's what
this.
Ebo.
And
that's literally the point he just made about.
Basketball has the easiest shitting shorts. Hockey has 2 breaks though.
And I guess they're long too.
And
but-
you have line changes that
Yeah, you can
could-
disappear.
you can. If you're like the starting quarterback of a football team and you're on a drive and you got to shit,
Yeah,
you getting pulled from the game is there's a massive spotlight.
like Lamar Jackson disappearing.
That was
we all saw
yeah,
it.
we all saw it. Whereas hockey, you can
Yeah, you go off.
kind of go off.
You
and
miss
like,
a couple shifts.
You miss a couple shits, and everyone's like, "Yeah, wait a second, he's been gone for it's."
Oh, there he is.
slowly. He's back. Okay, never mind.
Football does also have the longest trip to the bathroom. And you have
It
to go
does.
minimum probably 100 yards.
Although hockey, once they put their skates on, are their skates on to the end of the game? Because shitting in skates can't be fun.
No, it's actually good. It's like a squatty potty. It gets your feet elevated.
Okay.
Gives you a more natural shitting position. 'Cause you got your knees are up.
So
It
you're-
elevates the knees.
It helps
dude.
the aiming.
It helps it
situation.
slide. It helps it slide out a little easier, maybe.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, getting all those pads off would be bad.
Has a pro wrestler? There's a pro wrestler that shit himself, or that they thought shit himself, and I don't know who it is. off the
Didn't
top of
Randy
my-
Orton shit himself once?
He shat in somebody's bag, didn't he?
Oh, that's why he stopped wearing the white
Yeah.
bottoms. Yeah.
I love that we're on this topic. And Anthony Edwards probably didn't even put like it was, he was probably just like,
We just needed a catalyst.
yeah.
And he might not even miss the first tip off. He might have been there. I don't know. I'm just taking you at your word.
No, he missed the tip off, but yeah.
I
He
wonder-
was directly asked, was he shitting? He said no.
I wonder what the biggest shit
And
is
yet
that we
we're
never noticed. Like,
rejecting that.
do you think Michael ever like took 5 minutes off and took a shit and we just didn't notice it?
No, he took 2 years off. That was a long shit.
Oh,
that's why he
He had chronic diarrhea.
he wanted to get that addressed. That's what you said it yourself. Baseball is
he
easier
went
to
to
shit.
baseball because
It's easier to shit when you're playing baseball. So he was like, I gotta do something.
people
here.
forget they shut down the production of Space Jam for 2 weeks so he could shit.
I'm shitting too much. There's got to be.
Well, that's how we started this show.
I think there's got to be like a NASCAR situation where a guy, if
A NASCAR driver has definitely just shit his pants.
if there's a pit stop and a driver gets out of the car
Yeah.
and they swap drivers, that guy had to shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which has happened a handful of times through the years.
Yeah.
Where guys are driving.
That's how
and then
Ricky
they're
Bobby
like-
got his big break.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But we were talking about that with the lacrosse ref that shit down her leg.
Yeah,
and,
she
and
needs
kept
to get off the
reffing.
field.
And I posed the question: is there a scenario where an athlete can? Arch Manning is not watching mostly sports today as he's focused on. Is there a scenario where an athlete can shit and we don't automatically mock them? We just we're like, damn, that's heroic that you battled through it. And I'm thinking, if you're running I still think that like if you're running a marathon and the race starts and within the first mile you have to poop
Yeah.
and you still finish the race, that's heroic.
It is wild our reaction whenever this happens. Is like, look at him.
Yeah.
He got his shit. We all kind of fight the same battles out here.
Yeah. Yeah, every single one of us. If you've been on more than one jog in your life,
Well, I haven't, but
there's been a point where you're jogging and you're like, oh no.
now, which brings us to the other men on the field, officials. I mean, they're human and they're
Yeah.
older.
And they can't really stop the game.
No.
An
They're
athlete-
really in they're really in bad shape. Like an umpire can't leave the baseball field. He doesn't get to go to the dugout every
being
3
a being a home plate umpire has to be the worst officiating job that exists.
I still think when I go to these hockey games now, hockey refs are just mesmerizing to watch. Cuz they're as athletic and as fluid on those skates as the skaters. Home plate umpires got to be worse, right?
Putting on all those pads,
Mm-hmm.
sweating in the hot summer sun.
Yeah. Also, what they do miss a lot of strikes. They're judging the instantaneous arrival of a ball.
Yeah.
Like a ball's coming in at 100 miles an hour, and they're saying immediately that was good or that was bad.
Yeah, tell me, Brandon, if this pen goes over my cell phone on the desk. Ready?
Damn.
Uh.
Yes. Hey. What? Why do you?
I don't know. That's the only visual I could think of. I don't know. I was trying to.
Did you ever umpire? I umpired.
Can't say I did.
Did you ever officiate basketball? Or like lower?
No, I like basketball camps.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're
Yeah.
running a camp and they make the players.
Did you always like to entertain yourself by acting like you were just doing the actual
Yeah.
count?
I like to give text to second graders. I like to do that. Sneakily hard refereeing job is the line judges for like volleyball. I just put myself in the you asked if I had reffed, and then I was trying to think of a scenario where I would have, and it took me back to high school volleyball when they pull like parents out of the crowd.
Yeah.
And they have to stand there and judge whether a spike touched the line or not. That would be impossible. I don't know how they do that. Anyway,
I ever tell you that it's just ridiculous that high school volleyball teams wear what they wear?
it is pretty crazy. Yeah.
It's
pretty absurd.
The fact that volleyball teams wear what they wear is kind of insane.
It's crazy. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying it.
You doing the Shane Gillis bit right now?
Does he have one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
he
doing the
does.
Shane Gillis thing right
Oh, I didn't know. I haven't heard that one.
Because in the Special Olympics they don't wear the
Oh, okay.
pants. Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, I don't. I haven't cleared his entire catalog this morning, Ebo. I might sometimes say something that clashes with a Shane Gillis bit.
Just be original, man.
Yeah. That's all we're asking.
Just don't steal jokes.
Yeah.
That's all.
What are you, Amy Schumer?
Are you working on material right now? I got something I'd like to talk to Connor about.
Go ahead.
You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Okay.
Why would you say that? He does. He absolutely has to answer.
You don't have to answer.
Are y'all unionizing over there? What is he looking at? Thank you, Mark, for going to check what he's looking at.
What?
There's a picture of Yokozuna
Oh, I was looking up all the
Yokozuna.
wrestlers who have shit in the ring.
doing a leg drop, it looks like.
Yokozuna has shit twice in the wrestling ring, apparently, because he's number 10 on this list, and also, ironically, at number 2.
Damn, 2 Japanese dumps. You finish the joke.
Whoa! You wore your Yokozuna.
I did. I wore Yokozuna socks today.
Wait, are you serious?
I can't. I'm having trouble. Hold him.
Oh, yeah. What are the odds? Okay. Well, yeah, he's shit twice in a wrestling ring.
Yeah, turn him towards the camera. Turn towards the. I'll do it.
Which way?
Hold on. Oh well.
Okay. All right. Right there. Right there.
There.
Okay. Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is.
Got it.
No, you moved it. Okay.
Got it. Cool. All right.
right.
That is an interesting coincidence. That
Isn't that crazy?
What were you gonna ask Connor?
Connor,
Hello.
Jason Kelce.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Philadelphia Eagles legend,
Icon, yeah.
future Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
That was an awful look at me retirement for an offensive lineman, don't you think?
Maybe to anybody outside of Philadelphia, yeah.
Well, we are.
Okay,
we're outside of
again, here he
Philadelphia.
goes.
But
y'all don't own. things that happen in Philadelphia sports are not unique to everywhere that ever existed.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying I think it was a press conference intended for the fans of the city, and we loved it.
He retired for 2 I mean, he
What was
Unofficial.
what was accomplished with the press conference? Like, what questions did people have? What answers did he give? Where we walked away from the press conference, we were like, thank fucking God that we had this press conference. Because if Jason Kelce would have just said, I'm retiring, and just left it at that, that would not have been enough for me. I would have needed answers. I would have been struggling. But thank God that this press conference solved all of that.
Well, no, I was very shocked that there was a press conference when they announced it yesterday, because I always was under the assumption that he was retiring, even though he kind of backtracked on it. But I still thought that was going to be the case, and I didn't see a need for a press conference.
I guess
if
what
that
I'm
was
saying,
just going to be the summary of it.
I guess what I'm saying, offensive line generally is not a glamorous look at me position, and he kind of turned it into that for his. He kind of turned his retirement was glamorous look at me.
And this is the first time we've had a look at me thing from Jason Kelce. I think that's why it's so shocking. Is because Jason Kelce, famous. Like, for example, when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, Jason Kelce was not in any way, shape, or form a look at me guy.
So what do you have to say about this?
I love Jason Kelce. I thought maybe because he was calling the press conference yesterday, there was a chance he was going to say that he was coming back. But no, it was just that he was going to retire.
He already retired, didn't he?
It was an unofficial, and it was maybe
so he retired,
reported early, and then he backtracked on it, and then eventually he came to the conclusion, no, I'm going to retire.
So he announced the same thing he announced already.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever officially announced it the first time. And I think as a guy who loves the game, loves playing for the Eagles franchise, he was struggling going back and forth for the past couple months. Do I really want to retire? Do I keep playing? And he finally came to a decision.
Do you
and he
think,
wanted to have
You actually
that
think he
moment.
was struggling?
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Going back and forth. Okay.
Do you think
Okay.
if he played, I'm just going to say a city, Dallas. If he played in Dallas, he would keep playing, or do you think the fans in Philly kind of ran him out of town?
Whoa.
No, we did not run him out.
Whoa.
A.J. Brown hates playing for the Eagles fans.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
I think he's on record as saying he does.
No, he's cleared that up on Philly Sports Radio, 94 WIP.
Are you plugging a competitor right now?
No, but he said on WIP that he's way more.
Your couch boy just turned on you there.
What?
You were
I mean, radio direct competitor.
you're
Yeah.
plugging a competitor.
Yeah. Now everyone's going to turn off this show and go listen to WIP.
A.J. Brown's not on WIP today.
Yeah, but you're telling
But
everybody,
you're telling everybody-
WIP is where do you go to for Philadelphia news.
if you want to listen to
Listen,
A.J. Brown, go listen. You're saying go listen to them instead of us.
I didn't bring up 97.5 The Fanatic. I'm kidding. No. Jason Kelce loves the city of Philadelphia. We love him. That was his moment, his way of saying goodbye to the fans and thanking everybody who's helped him along the journey. Again, I thought it was strange that there was a press conference, but I was glad that
I think
we got it.
after Jeter and Kobe and Coach K, anything other than just like a tweet to retire
Yeah, you can even
is
do a
insane.
notes app.
is stupid, and I kind of hate it.
But you could also bring into light that he is now this massive media personality.
Yeah.
And
Do you
he
think-
will absolutely be on television in the next couple of years. Like,
Do you think
Which-
when Fletcher
which-
Cox retires,
which-
he's going to do this?
Hold on.
No.
So you're to that point, which is the exact reason we did not need a Jason Kelce press conference. It's not like if we don't get this press conference, we're never going to hear from Jason Kelce again. And this is the last. He's announcing his retirement. This is the last chance we get to talk to Jason Kelce. We're going to see even more of Jason Kelce.
right. But
So we don't need a press conference.
you guys are making the argument
fire
that
off the
like
tweet.
he's an offensive lineman, so he shouldn't be doing this. The fact
No, I'm
that
making-
That's not what I said.
I'm making the argument that the only time you should call a press conference when you're retiring is if it's a shocking retirement because you're like sick or
You have HIV.
yeah, you have HIV. Does Jason Kelce have HIV?
Mm-hmm.
to my knowledge, no.
Or your father has been murdered and you want to play baseball to honor his legacy.
And even
Those are
then, that
really-
was a little too much.
Those are or wait. No, your father wasn't murdered. You have shitting problems and you need to
Right.
and
You need to go rehab in baseball.
you need to go
You
rehab
need a
your
sport,
butthole.
a shit-friendly sport.
Yeah, I'm just saying that the fact that he has become this massive personality now and has become this really forefront of media coverage for the NFL, I think that was partially why there was a press conference, even though, again, personally, I do think it was still strange that there was one.
Okay.
But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
As long as you said that last part, that's all I want.
Yeah, no.
I wanted you to say it.
I thought the only reason there should have been a press conference was if he was announcing this is going to be my last year, but I'm coming back.
All right, too much.
Yeah, that's too much.
Too much.
You didn't cry at all during it, though? You didn't get teary-eyed?
I regret that we brought this up at all.
Him talking about his wife, how he met his wife?
I like when he raised his wife up. That was cool.
Yeah, that was a great story.
He talked about Nick Foles' penis. That was cool.
That was great, too.
Yeah, I cried at that.
There were some good moments. It was
I cried thinking about that.
I have a question.
What?
I have a question.
What?
I gotta ask something.
What?
Arch Manning, who do you think you are? What gives you the right? It's always a Manning, isn't it? They don't really get enough credit for kind of.
Are you saying the Manning family might be the worst?
I'm not saying they're the worst, but Eli Manning was once going to be the number one pick of the San Diego Chargers, and he got Daddy to step in.
Yeah.
And it worked out for everybody. I'm not going to lie, it did. He went and won 2 Super Bowls. He played in New York. Phillip Rivers went to San Diego. It worked out for everybody. But he did get Daddy to step in and take care of baby Eli. And now over 10,000 players have opted into the new college football game.
Mm-hmm.
And Arch Manning said, the report was, Arch Manning is not going to opt in. He's opting out because he simply wants to focus on football.
Why? Can I stop you there?
Can I stop you there?
Can I stop you stopping me?
Yeah.
No, you go ahead.
Let me. Can I cut in right here?
You cut. Okay, I want to stop you at some point.
From cutting in?
I want to stop you at some point.
All right.
Now, I'm trying to figure out is this the time that I stop you?
Yeah.
Or should I allow you to stop me from stopping you?
Can I step in here? Let me step in.
You go ahead, step in. I'll stop you, and then you can cut in. Go ahead.
I got lost. I don't know where we are right now. Okay. I swear to God, I forgot what I was going to say.
Why are people? You know what? I'll stop.
I'm back. Let me get in here. He said he's not going to be in the game because he simply wants to focus on football. To which I say, the process of opting in is saying, yes, my name. And that is done. That's finished. Yeah. I just opted in. It's over. I don't have to think about that again.
And this is why I wanted to stop you. Why are people taking his excuse, his reasoning, why are they taking it literally?
Okay, so why don't he just say, I don't think they're giving us enough money? Or
That's
why doesn't
exactly
he just
what
say,
it is.
My name is more valuable?
It's so obvious that Arch Manning
it.
says $600. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I will not give my likeness, or maybe it's not even him. It's his family. It's his team, whatever, that are saying, we were thinking for the rights to my name, it's like $100,000, and you're offering me $600. This is a fucking slap in the face. No, I'm not going to do this. Now, when he's asked why he opts out, if he says, I opted out because I'm worth $100,000, not $600.
Yeah.
That's not as palatable as saying, I want to focus on football.
I disagree. I think that's more palatable than I want to focus on football because you're lying.
But I think that's what went into him saying he wants to focus on football, and everybody took that literally, and they're like, does he think that he's going to have to actually be in the game?
Yeah.
Does he think he's got to play the? Of course he doesn't think that, Brandon. Use your brain for me for 1 second. He wants.
Whoa! Let me cut it.
He wants more money. Okay, cut it.
I have a brain. All right, continue.
No, thank you to everybody. It was nice. A lot of times you get on the internet and you check your mentions on various social media apps, and it's just people shitting on you left and right, and they're saying
it's not really my experience, but go ahead.
You're a piece of shit. You're wrong. You're not cool at all. you're a bad guy. You don't get it, stuff like that. So it was refreshing this morning when the story broke that Arch Manning is opting out. It was refreshing. All the people when we originally were talking about this game, and I said that there are going to be guys that opt out, and everybody was like, "You're a negative Nancy, Titus.
Mm-hmm.
Shut the fuck up, Titus. That's not going to happen. $600 and a free game is everybody's going to opt in." And I was like, I didn't say they should. I just think they will. They'll opt out. People will opt out. And when I got on Twitter today, the avalanche of people that had talked shit to me when I said that this would happen, who have now said you were right and I was wrong. I just want to thank all of you for being, for taking the high road and admitting that I was right the whole time. There were zero people that did that. There were zero people.
Yeah.
Zero people.
Avalanche seemed
Zero fucking people did that, Brandon. But I told you this would happen.
Can I offer a solution?
I said this would happen.
Can I offer a solution?
Go ahead.
Arch Manning is choosing to not have his name and likeness in the game. Hey, that's his right as an American citizen, all right? We fought wars so he could make that decision. But there's going to need to be a backup quarterback on the Texas Longhorns.
Right.
I'm opting in.
And
I would like to be the backup quarterback on the game for the Texas
Now,
Longhorns.
do they make you is it Arch Manning is just named Brandon Walker? Or
Nope.
is it
6'5", 275, doughy, titties,
51 years old?
44 years old, not bad arm, wheels questionable.
Can only play at night because it's the sun.
Intellect, hardly there. Everything.
Can't play day games.
Can't play
day games. Can't play night games before like October 1st.
Yeah, too cold.
Yeah,
or
too hot.
The sun's too out. Yeah,
Too
yeah,
hot.
yeah.
Yeah.
sorry.
Right, you know what I think about that?
What?
Oh, shit,
fuck.
That's a good point. Great point.
Do you think Horns Down will be in the game? No,
No, there's no way.
Horns Down
do
should be in
that.
the game.
You should be allowed to, if you're playing with a Big 12 team and you're at Texas, as one of the options for a celebration to throw horns.
That would be
down.
awesome.
Texas probably wouldn't have allowed their school to be used. That was probably one of the conditions. Like there cannot be horns down in the game. If there is,
I want there to be Horns
There
Down
should
so
be
bad.
there should be a button,
an edit button.
or there should be a way to
Like create an emote.
Maybe there is, and I haven't played these video games in a long time. There should be a way to celebrate touchdowns, and you get a 15-yard. They throw the flag still,
Yeah.
but you
I
could
think there used to be, but
when you score
very
a touchdown,
early.
you can give the suck it,
Yeah,
crotch chop. You're gonna get a penalty, but
yeah. Because if I score, if I'm Georgia and I score against Florida, I want to mock their chop.
right,
I need to. There needs to be mocking celebrations in that game.
yeah. You need Tyreek Hill giving the peace sign as you're blown by a guy.
I feel like that's going to be an in-game purchase because I feel like a lot of these games now are all built around microtransactions.
You're
going
gonna
to
get
like
EA
that.
pilled.
Yeah.
I was right in saying that guys would opt out, but you are also right in that Arch Manning, the backup quarterback of Texas, opting out is going to do nothing to affect sales.
I do think 10. I think I saw the number that 10,000 athletes are already in the game. That's a lot of fucking.
That's
athletes.
a lot of athletes. Yeah. There are about 1,000 guys. that
Also,
are not-
like Quinn Ewers is in the game, and his backup's just not like you. What you think you're better than me, Arch?
who are the best players that have
I think-
who are the big name guys?
I think
that have-
everybody. I don't.
everybody.
Is Shador in it? Has he officially said he's in it?
I
He's a big
don't
name.
think so. I know that they are doing, and this is where I thought maybe something could be leveraged with Arch. Like they're having EA athletes who some of the star players in college football are making announcements themselves. Like they're getting paid to make the announcement.
They're probably making side
I'm in the
deal.
game.
Well, that's
There's-
probably like Shador Sanders doesn't want to be in the game. He's like $600 isn't enough. They're probably sweetening the pot for him.
So they could make a deal with him. Okay, well, could you at least be a front-facing person
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
promote the game?
yeah.
Yeah, you announce it on Colorado's campus. We'll give you
Yeah.
$50,000.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe Arch Manning would do something like that, but I guess not.
Are you going to be mad if they do multiple cover athletes? Because I think that's a real possibility where they ask 4 or 5 guys,
Yeah.
custom cover athletes, especially because people don't buy physical discs anymore.
Hmm.
That you buy, like you can buy a special Colorado edition, a special Texas edition, a special Alabama edition.
I once again will reiterate. I don't care which players are on the game. I don't care which players are on the game. I don't care the cover athletes. Just hand me the game and get the fuck out of the way and let me start my dynasty with Ball State and shut the fuck up. That's what I say to everybody.
All right.
You shouldn't get to pick who you start. We should have to randomize who you start your dynasty.
No, what? That's my dynasty. It's not your dynasty. It's my dynasty.
You don't choose where you get to.
Yeah, like nothing on this in this world is chosen.
I'm getting the itch playing. I've been firing up the 03 lately.
Now I noticed you've won a couple games after falling behind by 3 touchdowns and starting over every time.
No, I don't start over every time.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
I might throw like NCAA 07 in there because it's.
What's the best one? I think it might be
around,
03.
I think it peaked around 05, 06 or 07.
Okay.
In that range. Because once it got a PS3, it kind of went downhill for a few years, and then 2014 brought it right back up. It was like 2014 was the best game they had made on PS3.
Okay.
But PS2, I think 05, 06. I think sports video games peaked in the 05 cycle.
Yep.
Madden 05.
Yeah.
MVP Baseball 2005. NBA Live 2005. NFL 2K5. Am I missing one? NCAA
SmackDown
05.
versus Raw.
Tiger Woods 05.
That was 06.
Tiger Woods 05.
Yeah.
Well, was SmackDown Here Comes the Pain 05?
I don't know. That's generally regarded as the best one, right? Or one of them.
Here comes the pain.
That's not how he said that at all.
Taz?
I thought Here Comes the Pain was Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, Taz would say it
Oh, really?
when he was coming out.
That was 2003.
Speaking of Paul Heyman going into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Where is the WWE Hall of Fame?
There's not one, but there should be. There's
So
not a physical
it just exists in our minds.
in our hearts.
It exists on Wikipedia.
In our hearts.
They are opening WWE fucking World or something.
Yeah.
Saudi
That's the name.
Arabia. Yeah.
WWE fucking world.
Fucking world.
It's
You
in.
get to pretend to be Vince McMahon. No. Take that back.
Brandon, come on.
I got to go to the WWE
So jealous of this.
the warehouse where they keep everything. They had a wall of Undertaker's caskets. They had all the cages that they used, the Hell in the Cell.
Yeah, this should be on display public.
Yeah.
It should be at the Hall of Fame.
The stuff they keep, man. They had all the WrestleMania sets, like the giant sets are just like stacked in a corner. They had just everything, chairs that were used, sockos that were used.
Number one, this is gonna be hard. This might take the rest of the show.
Okay.
The number one artifact in WWE history, the number one piece, the number one item.
That's a great fucking question, and I might spend the next 3 weeks discussing it. TJ, I'm going to need the chat's help on this one. Otherwise,
What is the Mona Lisa of the WWE Hall of Fame? When they open the Hall of Fame, they put all the
One
artifacts
item.
in. What is the thing that everyone's gonna huddle around and want a picture of?
God damn.
Yeah, that's tough, right? That's tough. You're scared to say anything because the second you say something, you're locked in on that being your answer.
My mind's going through so
You gotta
much.
take your time. Yeah.
I know personally some things I would want, like smaller, like Stone Cold Steve Austin's smoking skull belt is unbelievable. The bigger, I would like the barbershop set that Marty Jannetty went through the glass window. Stone Cold's Zamboni, which I guess probably just belonged to the hockey team that had the arena. His beer truck, which is a beer truck.
Yeah.
Anything?
I don't know. I'm thinking the same thing you are. Just I mean, well, let's do it this way. Like, what wrestler could it be? Like a Ric Flair robe?
Ric Flair robe. I think those are attainable, though. I think there's some of those floating on eBay.
Because it has to be like
the Rock's $500 shirts are all. I would love to just show up one day wearing a Rock $500 shirt that he's kind of brought back. Although now I think they're $5,000 shirts.
The chair that. Fuck, dude, damn it.
Like, what if I came in here one day and I had a pile of rubble over here, and you said, "What is that?" I said, "That's the announce desk that Mick Foley fell through off the cage."
Yeah,
that'd be awesome, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. What's the chat saying, Teach?
Making some jokes that are not appropriate.
Oh, okay.
It's all Benoit stuff. Yay, the chat's very original. It's always Benoit with you guys.
I think it's something Hogan And I think it's or I think it's something Golden Age, and it's like a original belt that they've been missing or something. Isn't that a thing? Like Bruno's belt or
Yeah.
Hogan or
I
Austin?
feel like
I
a
believe.
belt. I feel like a belt or a now that I think about it, the Ric Flair robe or singlet or something like that. That's not in the spirit of the question. to
Yeah.
me.
I want
I was
the,
thinking more of like a
The Katie Vick mannequin.
okay.
The mannequin that.
What about Mae West's hand? That came out of her vagina.
Mae Young?
Mae Young.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Mae West?
That's an old Hollywood
That's right.
person. Mae Young. The hand. You want the small hand or the big hand? Because there was like 20 years went by. They did a skit at WrestleMania where she showed up at WrestleMania with her son, and it was just a giant hand.
I still don't really. I
never know. Yeah, I don't.
That's
know.
one of those things that I don't even know if I've ever seen the clip. I just know that this happened, and I know nothing else about it. That Mae Young
You think we could get away
fucked
with
up
that
her
clip
name.
or no?
no?
Damn it.
gave birth to a hand.
Mae Young.
Belt?
Huh?
Can we get a championship belt?
I have one. Do you just want a WWE one? I
No,
got-
like a mostly sports championship belt.
Oh, of course.
I do want a smoking skull belt.
Yeah.
What about the chair that Seth Rollins used to hit Dean
Oh.
Ambrose to break
Mm.
up the Shield?
Hmm.
I remember that being.
No, I think he hit Roman first, didn't he?
Did you hit Roman
I
first?
think he hit Roman because Dean reacted. I think.
Yeah, I don't remember then.
Plan B.
It was Seth though. Seth's the one that turned.
Seth did it. Seth turned. Yeah, for sure.
Was that a Survivor Series?
No, it was just in a.
Was this in a random ass
just on a
match
Raw.
in
It was just on a-
Indianapolis?
It was just on a Raw. Yeah.
Was it in Indianapolis?
Mm.
It was the night after they did a pay-per-view where it was Evolution against the Shield. The Shield won, and the night after they did that. It's a
It
Monday
was in
night.
Indianapolis.
It was in Indianapolis. I
You
think
were
I was
there.
there. I think I was there. Yeah,
2014.
I think I was there.
Hmm.
And I went to Survivor Series in Indianapolis, and that's why I conflated the two.
The big-
I think-
When SmackDown started, the SmackDown Fist.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Oh,
What was that noise?
I love the
You've
fist.
never reacted to wrestling at all.
Yeah, I used to watch wrestling. I was thinking the bed that Edge and Lita slept in.
Now we're talking. Now
Yeah,
we're having
that.
yeah.
The first Monday Night Raw I ever watched.
the live sex celebration.
Yeah.
Mhm.
2006. I think it might have been on my birthday.
Come on, happy birthday,
It
T-shirt.
was right after New Year's Revolution.
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 Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Cars.com is a leading digital marketplace, connects car shoppers with their perfect car, celebrating 25 years of helping shoppers research, find inventory, finance, and sell cars. Wherever life takes you next and whoever you're looking to be, there's a car for that. And you know where it is?
Where?
It's on
Cars.com.
Cars.com.
No.
They've got up to, Connor, just give me a guess of a number.
Maybe like 250.
It's a high, that's a big number.
Yeah.
But no. Up to 50,000
Oh.
cars are added daily to Cars.com. Shop over 2 million cars for 2 million possibilities. Find your next possibility on Cars.com. I got one question.
What's that?
Where to next?
Okay.
Where to next?
Can we just?
Great question as it pertains to this show.
Well, I have the answer.
Okay.
It was before the show, and I don't know why you did this. You sang like 4 90s country songs.
Yeah.
Every time you did, I immediately started singing in because you just can't not. The last one you sang was Life's a Dance by John Michael Montgomery, which got us to thinking about Montgomery Gentry, which got us to thinking about which Montgomery Gentry was dead. It was Gentry. Which got us to thinking about, hey, Montgomery Gentry had some real corny lyrics.
Yeah.
What were the corniest lyrics that we let country music artists get away with? Because
'Cause I'm a white man
I don't think you've let him get away with that.
living in the Southland.
We let Trace Atkins get away with honky tonk badonkadonk,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and we didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
We didn't stop him. What?
It's kind of a banger.
No, hit honky tonk badonkadonk. We let that happen. We let it happen.
You learned about Titty's beer today.
I did. I'd never heard the
Never
song
heard about
Titty's
it.
Beer.
Never heard Titty's beer.
Montgomery Gentry has a song called Titty's Beer.
Yeah, every time I've heard it, it's been against my will, but I have heard it a handful of times.
Montgomery Gentry has a song. It's called Gone. And one of the lines is gone like a 66 Chevy or something, and then gone like a soldier in the Civil War, bang bang. That's a terrible lyric.
Sing the song for me.
I don't really know it that well.
Gone
like a soldier. Oh.
What's the there's gone with the long before it.
Yeah. Gone.
That's Gone?
That's not.
That's a different
That's not them. That's Chris Cagle?
Yeah, I was going to say. That's the one that I keep thinking of as
you're
talking about.
Montgomery Gentry, Gone lyrics.
Yeah, Brandon Walker's rubbing off on me, not literally. But
don't tell him what we do on our off time.
TJ just said the words when I was 14, and then I started singing Life's a Dance.
This ain't no temporary, typical, tearful goodbye. This ain't no breaking up and waking up and making up one more time. This is gone. Gone, 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 gone. Gone like a freight train, gone like yesterday.
Gone like a freight train, gone like yesterday.
Gone like a soldier in the Civil War, bang,
bang, bang.
Gone like a 59 Cadillac.
Yeah.
Like all the good things that ain't never coming back. She's gone, 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 gone. She's gone.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, the people that say country music sucks, sometimes they're onto something. But we love it.
And it brings me to one of the all-time corniest lyrics that people just let him get away with. When at the end of a terrific song, I Live Like You Were Dying.
Yeah.
And the whole song is this dad who's dying saying, this is what I did, or 2.7 seconds on a bull named Fu Manchu. And the general gist is, I really started respecting life once I found out I was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
And so he ends the song by saying, I hope someday you get the chance to live like you were dying.
Yeah, to run out into the street screaming.
To get a terminal illness and watch your life evaporate before your very eyes. To have probably the worst exit that you can possibly have. I hope you get pancreatic cancer.
Or to just like have the knowledge that you're going to die in a horrific accident and it's imminent. And now, like, if you told me right now that I will be dead at midnight tonight, I'm not going to go live it up. I'm going to go fucking scream. And I'm just going to go, yeah.
I figured you were going
to have a breakdown.
I thought you would go home and, like, nail yourself inside like a fort. You would try to build, like, an impenetrable shelter so that you wouldn't die.
Yeah. I'd probably jerk off. I mean,
you got to get at least two in, right?
One. I'd probably just get one more in.
Jerk off, fall asleep.
Yeah, I'd take a melatonin and just like
it'd just basically be Clemmer.
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah. I'd tug off and go to sleep and just be like, all right, that's it.
Tug off. Connor, you've wanted to say something for a while now.
Well, I don't know if I agreed with your "Live Like You Were Dying" take.
All right, we're calling in Connor. Let's go.
Yeah,
we're pressing the Connor button.
Let's give Connor. We got a couple righties coming up the bat.
Yeah.
There's one out, so let's see if we can get Connor through this.
Just get a couple in.
Just get 2 outs. We're just asking for 2 outs.
Get us 2 outs right here.
Get us 2 outs. Here we go.
That was
Connor.
the only thing I was gonna add. I didn't think that one day I hope you get the chance to live like you were dying. I didn't take that as I hope you're gonna get a terminal illness. I thought it was just like, hey, live life to the fullest. That's all.
All right, Ebo.
That's all I thought it was.
All right, the bases are now loaded. The bases are loaded. He let in a run. Ebo, you got to get us out of this jam, man.
I think Tim McGraw is one of my favorite country artists, maybe one of my top 5 favorite country artists. He didn't put a great bow on that song.
Give me the lyrics.
The present is
great,
but
lyrics.
the bow is.
I think we're out of the inning.
He didn't bow it up well.
I need to see the whole lyrics. I need to go through the narrative of this song.
The song is like very like upbeat.
It's an uplifting song,
and like
the
whole song is about living life to the fullest, and then it kind of ends on a really somber.
All right.
note.
Would you like me to read it? Or?
Said I was in my early 40s.
You don't have to sing it. A lot of life before me. When a moment came that stopped me on a. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Right.
See, it's hard not to sing it.
I spent most of the next days looking at the X-rays, talking about the options, and talking about.
So here's my
time.
question, and I could be wrong on this, so I'm not saying that I am right and that Tim McGraw is wrong. My understanding of medicine is you get X-rays for bone, you get MRIs for like tumors and shit, right?
Yeah.
Or you get MRIs for. So what could the X-ray?
So you're saying this guy just broke his wrist?
Yeah, he's got a broken leg, and he's being a little dramatic about it.
Kind of being a bitch.
He's kind of being a bitch, dude. Throw a cast on your broken leg and get back out there. Talking about the options.
That was definitely a situation where, well, we need a medical thing that rhymes with something. Actually, no, never mind. That doesn't rhyme with anything in the song.
I spent most of the next days looking at the X-rays.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I
asked him when it sank in that this might really be the real end. That's bad writing, right? That this might really be the real end.
Yeah, that's brutal.
How's it hit you when you get that kind of news? Man, what'd you do?
Again, you broke your leg.
I went skydiving. Well, that's irresponsible with a broken leg. I went Rocky Mountain climbing, almost impossible. I went 2.7 seconds on a bull named Fu Manchu, and I loved deeper, and I spoke sweeter, and I gave forgiveness I'd been denying. And he said, someday I hope you get the chance to live like you were dying. This guy sounds like a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like before he had cancer, he was just an asshole.
This is a Christmas Carol. This is what this is. This is the story of Ebenezer.
Go ahead, Connor. You look like you wanted to.
I think it's a song about somebody who's learned to value life, and he wants to instill that upon other people. That's all.
He learned a little too late, Connor.
Yeah, it's a sad tale, but
so
is this guy? Hold on, I have a point blank question. I need yes or no. Is this guy in this song going to hell or not? is him having this realization after he broke his leg enough to get him into heaven, or does this undo a lifetime of being a total fucking scumbag to his family, to the bull named Fu Manchu that he never rode? He never rode it.
Why was he denying forgiveness?
He was denying forgiveness to everybody. You know how many times this guy's buddy wanted to climb Rocky Mountains, and he was like, "Fuck you!
Yeah,
I'm not climbing that shit. Fuck you, dude.
Let's
that sounds
going.
lame. I don't
Let's
want to do that."
All right, so where we are. He said, I was finally the husband that most of the time I wasn't.
Yeah.
See, he took cancer. He took a broken leg to make him not cheat on his wife.
this is a sad guy who's passing on a nice, heartwarming message to somebody else.
And I became a friend would like to have. All of a sudden going fishing.
What does that lyric mean? I became a friend would like to have. Whatever. Go ahead. All of a sudden.
Also, this guy, I'm going to sniff Kizzy on this. This guy was an asshole and he was very selfish, right?
Yeah.
So his next line is, and all of a sudden going fishing wasn't such an imposition. I bet that guy went fishing all the time.
Yeah.
That guy seems like he would just skip family events just to go fishing.
No, he did, but then when his buddy wanted to go fishing, he was like, oh,
come on. And I went 3 times the year I lost my dad. Went 3 times where? Fishing? That's not that many times to go fishing.
Yeah, it's not. 3 times in 1 year is not.
Well, I finally read the good book.
Yeah.
And I took a good, long, hard look at what I'd do if I could do it all again. And then I was skydiving. Like tomorrow was a gift, and you've got eternity to think about what you do with it. What could you do with it? What can I do with it? What would I do with it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And you're letting this guy get away with all this stuff. And then after he spends the whole song saying how he'd been an asshole and this made him better, he says, by the way, I hope you get pancreatic.
That's not what I don't think.
That's what he says.
I don't think that's what he says at all.
Yeah.
But okay.
The Broncos are releasing Russell Wilson.
You know what he'll have time to do?
Yeah.
Go skydiving.
Yeah, skydiving, Rocky Mountain climbing.
Also,
he can't Rocky Mountain climb anymore. He's probably going to
he's
move.
Oh,
gonna
true,
move out of
true.
Denver.
yeah, he better do it in a hurry because he'll
Yeah.
live somewhere else. 2.7 seconds. I guess that's pretty good for a layman. 2.7 seconds is pretty good.
What was your
sounds
bowl?
like Brandon
time
Walker.
in the bowl? Yeah.
Huh?
Your time in the bowl was like what?
Oh, first of all, I don't know what it was actually, but I started falling the second the gate opened and fell very, very hard. Did you ever see my bruise?
I did. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
brutal. We gotta get you back out there.
Got to get me
Over
bruised
redemption,
again.
Yeah.
We got to get me bruised up.
Yeah, let's bruise you up.
I want you to do the one where they let the baby cattle out and you have to jump off the horse.
Steer wrestling.
Yeah, I want you to do that one.
Well, I'm not going to get on a horse, so I'm already out.
I want you to do the
Brandon's afraid of horses.
button busting, like the kids do. I want you to.
Is that where they just chase them?
No, you
No,
ride
that's
on
where
the
you, that's
ride on the
where
sheep.
they put you on the back of a sheep and you just hold on for dear life as a sheep.
We should go sheep riding one day.
Yeah.
You want to go sheep Mutton busting?
Mutton busting.
Mm-hmm.
Would any of us be allowed on the sheep?
You probably would.
That's not nice.
You're a little sheep boy.
Little sheep boy.
little sheep
That's
boy over here.
I'm 6'1", 250.
Little sheep boy Ebo.
What are you? I'm gonna go 5'9", 160.
Sure.
Okay, so it's shorter. You're 5'7"?
No, not that short.
You're 5'8".
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
So is
Or I could be 6 foot.
Is Connor the maddest he's ever been right now?
What do you mean?
I feel like you're stewing on this.
Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to find the video of you. Are you talking about stewing on the living like you were dying?
Mm-hmm.
No. I like the song, and I didn't like the interpretation you had of it because then it kind of impeded on my interpretation of it. But I'm looking up the video of you I'm trying to find the video of you getting thrown off the bull.
It's hard to find.
Yeah.
I think Booze tweeted it, maybe.
All right. Russell Wilson getting.
Yeah. Is he just
Is he a starting quarterback in the NFL next year? Yes, right?
I don't understand how I've never understood how contracts work and how money works. Explain.
Just the thing about the NFL.
What does this mean?
Contracts are ironclad until they're not.
Until they're not.
Mm-hmm.
But what is so the Broncos have to pay him, but what if he signs with another team? Then they don't have to pay him? The other team pays him?
They still have to pay him.
They still have to pay him. So
Yeah.
Russell Wilson
$85
double
million.
dip. So he's going to make $85 million from the Broncos. He could also sign another deal with a different team and
Yeah.
just become
Mm-hmm. He won't sign as big.
So
of a
if
deal.
you're the Broncos and you have to pay Russell Wilson $85 million one way or another, cutting him
Mm-hmm.
feels like a declaration that this guy's a real piece of shit. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that he is, but this must be what the Broncos think.
Anytime you
Why wouldn't you just leave him around and like have him be your third string?
you pay
quarterback?
$85 million for somebody not to play for you
Mhm.
is a definite statement.
Yeah.
I don't know that Broncos thing when they were they a Super Bowl contender going into the season last year or the year before?
I don't think it was last year.
It feels like we
years
thought
ago.
they were going to be really good one year.
It was a couple years ago, and it was their first game. Okay, it's coming back to me.
They had that
Their first
coach.
Who
that
was their
so
coach?
bad.
Hackett.
Hackett, yeah.
Hackett. They were playing. Hold on, dude. If I can pull this, I get a point. I think they were playing the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I might be wrong.
Yeah, that's definitely.
There was like a.
Broncos and Saints have never played.
All right, fuck. All right,
Not once ever in their history.
I thought there was like a big like fourth down decision, and he didn't kick a field goal or.
Okay,
something.
hold on.
And there was like
Hold on. Did he take a timeout? No.
he fucked up the timeouts.
Fucked up the timeout.
There was something where it was like game 1 of the season.
You're right.
Game 1 of the season, we were all like, "This guy's the worst coach in the NFL." We've seen one game
He
from him.
didn't
He's
call the
worst.
timeouts.
He didn't call the timeouts. Fuck, what was that? What was the situation? And again, there's no way of knowing
I'm trying to
because
find it.
we don't
He didn't call the timeouts.
go to the Broncos schedule.
And then he didn't. He went for it on 4th and
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Was it the Saints?
No, Seattle.
So yeah, it starts with S.
S. Starts with S. Starts with S. Half point,
17-16
half point.
they lost.
Half point.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to figure out what happened. Going
You're not really trying to figure out as much as you're just looking.
Well, I'm going at the
Are you looking
play-by-play.
at Yokozuna again?
No. Just going to the play-by-play.
I'm not sure Yokozuna ever shit his pants.
Said he did it twice.
His finishing move was sitting on top of somebody's chest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So he
that's
would
true.
shit on somebody's chest?
I don't know. I'm looking at
Dana Beers somebody?
third and 14 at the Denver 40.
You're not proving anything right now. You're not.
Yeah, I'm
it's
just-
not.
I'll do it.
You're not. You can't go
I'll
through
do
the
it.
fucking play log and tell us what happened.
I'll do it. You want anything done, you got to do it yourself.
Yeah, do it your fucking self. I tell you, we might have to have a conversation about Connor Griffin's pitching. He's gotten shelled twice today.
What do you mean I've gotten shelled?
I do have a vivid memory of that being the first Manning cast game or one of the first Manning cast games,
Mhm.
and Peyton Manning just screaming like, "Call timeout! Call timeout!"
Yes, I think you're right.
Week 1, Hackett makes a bet. I found this in 2 fucking seconds.
2 seconds.
2 seconds.
That was nuts.
2.7 seconds.
2.7 seconds.
Yeah.
The Broncos trailed the Seahawks late. Kicker Brandon McManus had told the coaches he felt okay with a field goal attempt from 64 yards. That would have tied the second longest field goal in NFL history. Hackett trusted his kicker, let time run down when they got in range for the 64-yarder, and McManus missed. Yeah. The late so they were driving.
Mm-hmm.
They're down 1.
Yeah.
And he he puts on the brakes and is like, we're in field goal range. Let's just kick it from.
He did the
64
Ryan
yards.
Day.
Yeah,
Not to bring up old shit, but Ryan Day did that.
Against Georgia?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, yeah.
No, he got to like the 25. He was like, "Well, we're good."
Kind of, yeah.
Um,
I don't know why you would have me
I'll read it.
talk about our great friends at Twin Peaks, who I do love and I'm very excited about, but you just put me in a sour mood with the Ryan Day thing, so I need to.
You know what? I apologize about that. Here, give me the Twin Peaks. I'll tell you.
I'm gonna snap. I can
Just
do
really
this. I can
slap
do
yourself
this.
down?
I can do this.
All right.
It's cool guy Mark. All right, he can do this.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
Regular guy Mark could not pull.
No, regular guy Mark would be sulking right now. Cool guy Mark, we can do this. Twin Peaks is the ultimate sports lodge with wall-to-wall TVs for every fan. The Twin Peaks Dose Million Bracket Challenge. How many million do you think Dose is? Take a guess. You think about it for a second. I'll have the answer here in a second. It is now open. Fill out your bracket today. TwinPeaksBracketChallenge.com is the website. Every lodge has a winner. There is a $50 gift card for the top bracket at every lodge, and the best bracket overall wins free Twin Peaks for a year. The perfect bracket wins. I'm going to let Brandon guess.
$2 million.
$2 million.
$2 million.
It is $2 million. Catch scenic views of every game all tournament long at the #1 sports bar, Twin Peaks. Enter the Twin Peaks Dose Million Bracket Challenge today at TwinPeaksBracketChallenge.com.
I have a thing. That was an
That was
aggressive.
incredible.
That
toss.
was an aggressive toss
Send
all
that
the way to
back.
my side.
Send that
You
back.
tossed that all the way to my side. And
Send that back. But that was cool guy Mark though. Did you see how I?
Yeah, that really
see how
slid.
I got done with the ad read and
Yeah.
I just went like this.
And it slid all the way.
Slid
That
all the
slid
way.
under my phone.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I think this might be just who I am now.
Do y'all want to watch Zach and Slater fight from Saved by the Bell?
Yes, but why were you watching this? Because I have a conspiracy theory as to.
Oh, there is no conspiracy. I just got here this morning and I was thinking, remember that time? I really was built perfect for the Google and the YouTube age. Remember that time Zach and Slater fought on Saved by the Bell? And then I could just see it in seconds.
But why was that on?
This were 1987, and I thought, God damn, remember that time Mr. Ed played baseball for the Dodgers?
Mm-hmm.
I would have nothing, no recourse. But now,
Yeah.
I can just say, hey, remember that time he took Sandy Koufax's ass off the wall?
Mm-hmm.
What?
He took his ass off the wall.
No, Sandy Koufax.
Sandy Koufax's ass was on the wall.
No, I don't think he was.
That's a good idea for a Hall of Fame.
Sandy
Like the-
Koufax's ass.
Well, instead of
That's
the Yankees have the busts.
Just asses.
Instead of busts, you have butts.
Yeah. I would go to the Hall of
You have
Butts.
it's just this is the ass of all the best players in Dodgers history.
I don't know. I thought to myself, hey, remember that time Zach and Slater fought?
I would like to watch it. Yeah, I would.
Okay. Here they come. Here's what's up there. They're mad at each other, right? They're mad.
Helped a mother get together with her son.
That's
What's
all
so
he
wrong
did?
about that? Wrecking my date with
Who's
your
got better
aunt wasn't
hair?
funny.
Zach does.
Like it was funny wrecking my study date the night before.
Well, this got serious quick.
Jerry
You
curls
started
pretty
it,
nice
man,
though.
making me look like a jerk.
Got
at the
serious
max.
quick.
So that's what you are.
Oh, he just called him a jerk.
What did you say? You heard me.
Oh, no.
Get out of my face.
These guys are friends.
And what if I don't, punk?
Whoa.
Then I'll just have to make you, punk.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh, that was a very aggressive push.
that was a very good push.
Yeah.
I think now at this point they're not really fighting; they're only wrestling. But I think the first push,
Yeah.
I think it shook Gosler.
Remind me why Mr. Belding has the wig on.
All I can say about that is they had some wacky days at Bayside
Yeah.
High School. Wacky days. Yeah. So there was
Were
that.
you more of a Zach guy or a Slater guy? Who did you see yourself as?
I think I like Slater more.
Yeah. Slater would have beat the shit out of Zach.
Slater would have
Like-
beat the absolute shit.
Like
out
if
of
this was real life, Slater would have beat the absolute shit out of Zach. That would have been a fight that was over in 2 seconds.
Now, it brought me to this thought: which of the Saved by the Bell alums have been the most successful? And TJ and I disagreed on number one.
Uh,
I think Thiessen has, and he thinks Lopez has. Now, I'm going to say Dustin Diamond is out, being that he's dead.
It's Mario Lopez.
Lark Voorhees got all methed out, I think, so she's out. Kostler has done okay, but not real great. Berkeley was in Showgirls and titties.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was.
But the top two are, I believe, Thiessen and now Thiessen went on to be on other big time shows, correct? She on 90210? What was she on? She went on to other stuff.
Yeah, Beverly Hills 90210. White Collar.
And then Lopez is just now like a daytime host, correct?
Lopez, yeah, he does one. Was it E.T.? Is it?
No,
it's one of the Access Hollywood.
Access
I think of Drew Barrymore.
Yeah. He does one of those like.
I don't think that's
celebrity
that
Access Hollywood.
Dude, that is extreme. This is. I'm noticing a blind spot with you because this brings up the Kelly Clarkson, Carrie Underwood.
And you were right about that one.
Kelly Clarkson has a daytime TV show, and you're like, who cares? Nobody watches that.
Yeah.
These shows that like don't have audiences are actually great measuring sticks for like who is extremely famous. You know what I think Mario Lopez. I don't watch a second of it, but
yeah,
I think that actually is like a massive.
So
I think Mario Lopez
is Wayne Brady super famous?
Oh yeah,
he is.
He's got to be, right?
Yost, let's make.
I think if you're hosting daytime television.
Huh.
Also, he has all of like the theater crowd too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got every demographic, Wayne.
Well, he's pansexual.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah. He'll fuck anybody.
At any time.
He's a black man who's beloved by the whites.
Yep.
He's got every single box checked.
He would. I don't know about in 2024, but he probably would be the number one draft pick of the whites from the black delegation. Steve Harvey's up there now too, though.
Yeah. If the whites could take, that's a good question. I feel like it was Tiger.
Yeah.
I feel like it's Tiger.
Tiger for years.
Tiger.
Think it's still Tiger? I guess it's still Tiger.
Yeah. What was the original question? Who's the most famous? Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Mario Lopez cheated on his wife on his honeymoon. Did you know that?
Did he?
Yeah, that's the story.
Wow.
That's something you learn about a guy and you just don't forget.
That's pretty.
Is that awesome or
that's aggressive?
It's scumbag behavior, but also it's like, I mean, I guess respect. I guess it's just like a tiger doesn't change his stripes. That's a pussy hound right there. That's a guy who just
Mario Lopez does seem like a guy that will have like a Wilt Chamberlain moment later in his career where he'll be just like, hey, by the way, I fucked 25,000 women.
Look that up, Connor, because I would hate to drag his name through the mud. That's a wild accusation.
He cheated on his bride during a bachelor party.
Oh, during the bachelor party.
Which
okay.
I want to bring this up.
Okay. Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Please.
I've seen a lot of people talk about the bachelor party as if it's like their one last night of freedom and I'm going to do whatever. Is cheating allowed on a bachelor? It's not allowed. Like, you guys aren't looking at me at all. But I'm just totally on an island here. I see people talk about, like, cheating on their bachelor party. I'm like, you're still in the relationship.
Yeah.
Like, it's not officially a marriage yet, but you're still, like, dating somebody or, you have a girlfriend or whatever, fiance.
No, I don't think cheating's allowed. Once it's fiance, well, actually cheating, you shouldn't cheat on your girlfriend either, but once it's fiance, all cheating is permanent. So, yeah, I don't think you can do it you can't do it on a bachelor party.
But okay. I feel like.
But you
also, what's cheating? Is that getting a stripper and is that just entertaining a stripper at all, or is that just fucking the stripper?
Some would argue the first. I don't know. But I was bringing an open discussion to the group. I don't know if you guys had any thoughts on that.
Is it cheating on a bachelor party?
Yeah,
that's the question.
I guess. Yeah.
If you have,
I didn't know how to phrase it.
If you are, say, mere weeks away from getting married to a woman that you, I assume, are going to say vows in front of everyone you love that you will be faithful to this woman till the day you die, and mere weeks before you do that, you fuck a different woman. Does that constitute cheating?
I'm going to go ahead and chalk that up as cheating.
Yeah. Obviously, this is cheating right here with Mario Lopez, but there are some people obviously behavior to a lesser extent.
Now, who did Mario Lopez fuck? Was it a stripper on the bachelor party? Did he bring in an outsider?
Jenny May.
That
I
sounds.
think I'm built a little different. I kind of think.
Well, no,
that,
you're a cool guy, Mark. Today, I don't know if you want to.
Oh, that's true.
So what would cool?
But you know what? You know what the coolest thing you can do? Like, although a lot of guys get this wrong. A lot of guys are like, you know what's cool is having sex with a bunch of different women. I think the coolest thing you can do is you can respect women. I do. I think respecting women is actually the coolest thing you can do. And to me, I think it's cheating. I'm on some Mike Penn shit. I think you ride in an elevator with a woman that might be cheating. I think if you're riding in an elevator with a woman that you're not in the relationship with, you got to take a long, hard look in the mirror.
Now, ladies,
That's what I think.
Mark,
But again, I'm built different.
Mark not only believes that being respectful to women is the coolest thing and that being faithful is the coolest thing, but he will also explain it all to you in his DMs
Yes.
if you'll come on in there.
Yeah. I'm faithful to whatever woman is in my bed in that moment. All right? Oh, shit. Anything else? Is there anything else?
Ow.
Saw Dune 1 last night.
Are you gonna see Dune 2?
I think so.
Can you give me a recap of Dune 1? Because I do want to go see Dune 2 this weekend.
I haven't seen it, but I'm a man.
I
so
saw
I don't care
Dune
about
1.
spoilers.
Dune 1 came out how many years ago?
2021.
I'm having some cramping issues. Y'all do what you're gonna do.
Yeah, okay. You deal with that. We're going to talk about sandworms.
I have sandworms right now.
Dune
Got a
1
wheelchair.
I liked a lot.
Yeah.
I remember nothing from it, and I feel like I should remember it if I'm going to watch Dune 2. So can you give me the
Yeah, I
quick
was
synopsis?
I'm gonna. Everyone has convinced me to go Dune 2 chicks at the same time. So I wanted to see Dune 1 because I heard it was 100% necessary in order to understand what's happening in Dune 2. Connor, confirm? Or-
Yeah, you do need to do one chick before you can do two chicks at the same time.
Right. I was doing one chick at
Yeah.
the same time last night, and it was pretty good. I don't really.
I bet it was.
Okay.
Just wait for 2 though, dude. Change your world. It'll change your life.
What happened in the movie, TJ? Remind me.
Big fucking worm.
Big worm. The worm is
Really big, like way bigger than I thought it was gonna be.
and we're talking about the movie, or are we
Yeah.
talking about?
He just explained the movie to you. I don't know why you keep stopping him.
Is the worm a good guy or a bad guy? Is the worm trying to eat everybody, or is the worm like? Because they ride the worms, right? Or
Like, they didn't ride the worm until the end, and then he was like worm power, and I was
And
like,
again,
whoa.
are we talking about the movie?
Yeah. The same time.
Worm power.
When we say riding the worm, are we talking? Do the worms eat the people?
They can.
They can.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we have to be scared of the worm.
They're not hungry for the people.
Like
right?
trimmers.
Okay.
Clemmer?
Trimmers.
Oh.
They have to.
And what?
Timothy
what was,
Chalamet's dad is a king, and
Right.
they got gifted a planet, and they were like, "You got to go take care of this planet now. It's yours now. Get off. Go. That's your planet." They have this fuel. It's called spice. For the first hour, I thought they were talking about like saffron or like actual spices, but it's actually just shit that's in the sand that they have to go get, and it's very valuable. And they're like, "Go to this planet. It's your planet now. Deal with it." Turns out the planet, not all it's cracked up to be, has some issues. Also, there's a bunch of like alien people that live in the sand, and they have blue eyes because of all of the spice in the air.
The friend.
And also, everybody else everywhere wants all of that stuff also. So they come there, and then everybody's like, "You all gotta go because we want this stuff."
we want this shit.
And then they all start, and then there's like a political
then
conflict
they-
about it. Correct?
Wow.
yeah.
That's pretty good. All right. I got what I needed. Good job, TJ. Spice. That's it. That's a cool name. That is a cool name for a substance that everybody's.
Is it streaming anywhere, or am I going to do the stupid thing where I won't watch it because I'll have to spend $2.75 on Prime?
In one,
Yeah.
it's on Hulu. It's on HBO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever do that where you're like,
Yes.
I want to watch a certain movie, and I look, and it's not on Netflix or it's not on certain things, so I'm like, well, I'm not watching it. And you could just get it off of Prime or something for $3.
Yeah. I'm proud of myself for still doing that. No, I could double my salary and be making $10 million a year,
Yeah.
and I would still I think balk at paying like $199 for a
But-
movie.
Back 30 years ago when we wanted to see a movie, we had no problem going to a store and spending $2 on watching the movie.
Right.
We grew out of it.
I don't know.
somehow.
But that's like I've done this with Peacock.
Yeah.
It's like the one streaming service. I'm like, I'm not paying for that. I still get it somehow. I think I still click on. Who was that?
That
What
was
just happened.
That was security guard Mike.
Mike.
No, I don't know that Mike knew we were. Mike's not here most days,
Oh.
so he's just based in New York, so he probably didn't know we were live right now.
Uh,
And I told him, hey, whenever you got a package out there for one of us, bring it to me.
We do have
Bring it, bring it.
packages. Yeah, we're up to 3.
you don't think that was a security threat?
I don't think so.
You don't think there's like something going on outside that he wanted to tell us about, and he's like, they're on air.
You think if there's in the parking lot, there's a bull named Fu Manchu who wants to throw down? You got a box?
I got a.
Oh, you got a bag.
Got a bag.
What's in your bag?
So we're doing the set the
What
cutoff.
you got in that bag?
Set the cutoff date for opening day
So,
for the people.
March 28th is opening day. So if you send us something right now, we're just going to open it. But we're going to cut it off March 15th, Friday, March 15th. Everything we get after that will be pushed towards opening day, correct?
Yeah.
So once March 15th comes,
Which is a
if you
Friday.
se-
So
if
the
you
end of
send
that
us
week-
something,
yeah.
if you send us something, we're opening it on opening day. So that's your window. Right now, you send it, we're going to open it. Whatever, not a big deal. But we want the things to be sent during the window of March 15th to March
We're
28th.
going to start piling them up.
Yeah.
On March 15th.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This was sent.
What do you got here? All right, it's some sort of shirt.
It's a shirt.
Zelda unboxing.
Okay.
Oh,
It says Jens.
Pittsburgh.
Why? Well, thank you.
I don't know. I don't know who sent this. I don't know why they sent this.
So,
but yeah, Pittsburgh. I don't know. I'm trying to. Why did they send this to me? I don't know. Because Justin Fields is going to be a Steeler. Is
are you
that
one
the
of
idea?
them? That might be it.
Is it because Justin Fields will be a Steeler?
That could be it. It's
and
actually.
and if Justin Fields is a Steeler, I will watch a lot of Steelers football.
Can I say something?
What?
I think cool guy Mark would wear that shirt. That's kind of a cool looking shirt.
Jens.
I got a package today. I already opened it, but I do want to bring attention to it. Somebody just sent me this framed.
That's so good.
So that's going to be displayed forever.
That's so good. What a picture. What a picture.
Evo's got one.
You got one, Evo?
Yeah, should I open it or should I wait
Somebody
for
sent
opening day?
you something?
Well, I told people to address things for opening day, some things for opening day to me.
Do you want to wait for opening day?
I'd like to wait. I'd like to. Throw
Okay, you
this.
can wait.
We'll throw this in the pile.
You just threw it down where there wasn't a pile at all.
Well, there's 2 stacked. There's
Yeah.
a stack.
I'm opening mine.
He's opening those though.
We just said we're.
TJ's
cutting
about to open
All
this.
right, fine. I'll open it.
Yeah.
I don't think you get what we're doing here.
Yeah, we literally just said
This
that
is
we're gonna
definitely
open-
for opening day, but
Yeah, but this is a teaser for this is spring training. What, dude? You're gonna open it? What are you doing? Are you opening it or not?
You've already opened it.
Open it.
I think
Open
you
it.
gotta-
Open it. And there goes the opening day surprise. Looks to be a garment of some sort.
this is also a Pittsburgh Pirates
Why are we-
PNC Park Hawaiian shirt.
Why are we getting Pittsburgh right now?
Don't complain about that. That's pretty.
It's an awesome
Yeah.
shirt. Take it out of the bag. But
It's a 2XL, so I think it's for you.
oh, yeah, that probably was best left for opening day. Throw me that.
Yeah.
That was
Okay.
dangerous.
I threw a curve.
Okay, well, it's just one of the worst throws.
Yeah, we should have not opened that.
Yeah, I should
Put that back in the bag.
I mean, this is
Cut this part from the.
Maybe you wear that for opening day.
that's pretty amazing. Yeah, I will wear this for opening day. How about that?
That's pretty good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good ass shirt.
Good shirt.
Good ass shirt. And we also shouldn't not have opened it, and we apologize. But I will wear it for opening day. That's my gift to you.
What's the thing about opening is you don't know what it is until you open it.
It could be anything.
That could have been like a live grenade. Don't send those.
Yeah, no live grenades,
It
please.
could even be a boat.
No, I'm gonna.
Thank you for laughing every time I do that.
I
I'm
love
gonna
that
push
shirt.
back on that. Maybe send a live grenade.
Well, hold on. No,
Let's just talk it out.
I say no
If
because we could die.
That's true. I'm thinking content. Now, if we open a package
Yeah,
and it's a live grenade,
and we die. It's murder.
but I'm not thinking about the dying. I'm thinking about like the clips of us.
Dying.
Oh.
No, you're going to the dude. You're spoiling the
Yeah.
ending. I'm saying the moment where it's like, fuck, this is a live grenade, and we're just like
Yeah.
hot potatoing it.
Yeah. We're going to hot potato it because
I got to be honest. I love all of you. We are family. If I open a package and it's a live grenade,
Yeah,
I am
throw it.
100% throwing it like to one of you. I'm not jumping on that thing. That's a great clip. That would
All
do
right.
numbers.
just agree
But
that if you do get a live grenade, throw it out there. We've at least got a little protection if we get down under here.
throw duck under
Throw
the desk.
duck. Throw duck.
and duck under the desk. Yeah, don't send us a live grenade. I think
No.
it's probably no.
No, I say no. I'm
no.
full no. Are
I
we
say no.
5 no's here?
5 no's.
It would be at least a little bit beneficial if, like, in the event somebody got really hurt and then, like, they could go skydiving, they could go Rocky Mountain climbing.
True.
Do you think, in those 7 seconds in
Mhm.
between activating the live grenade
You'll-
and it exploding,
You'll live life the
we
best you've ever
will
lived
go
it.
skydiving and Rocky Mountain climbing? And
Mark would jerk off.
Yeah.
Live grenade in the room.
Was that your jerk off noise? Sounded like you were rewinding a tape. Anything else?
While TJ's
TJ's got
opening
2
that,
boxes, and then we can get out of here, I think.
semi-breaking news: the Giants are not franchise tagging Saquon Barkley, and he is free to leave New York.
Get him on the Bears.
Wow.
So he is a top free agent now in the NFL.
Wow. Why would they not franchise tag him? Because they've already franchise tagging, going to be completely honest again, don't know what it is. Don't know how it works. Don't know how it works in any sport.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, they only have it in NFL, right?
I thought what's NBA's
A gift for you. From Adam.
Go
Ayubi.
Bucks.
Go Bucks.
Go Bucks.
now?
Which Bucks?
Oh,
Oh, those Bucks.
hell yeah.
Ooh.
They send that to you, TJ?
I think they're sending stuff through them to us.
Oh, okay.
We probably should just. Everything we get from now on should be opening day.
Yeah, this
is kind of
all,
undra-
this all would have
Melodramatic right now.
yeah. Yeah, this is
No, it's him. He's the Ohio State fan. Throw it
You're
so
the-
hard that
you're the receiver. You're the catch. You're usually the catcher, right?
yeah, you're the catcher. You're the catcher.
No, I usually get ass fucked. But I can't really catch.
Well, that's gonna get clipped.
If we're talking about who gets ass fucked, that's me. But I'm not. I don't really have hands like that.
NBA.
Oh, is this one for me? Because they were in the same box, right? There was very similar boxes.
Jesus.
It's gonna be another Buckeyes. This one's for Brandon. Ohio State.
If it's Rutgers, I'm gonna cry.
Why'd you cry?
Same guy.
Same guy. Just a little something for the guy.
Okay. All right.
For the fellas.
Ooh.
Hey.
Oh,
There it is.
nice.
Wow. That's nice. I need that explained to me before we go.
What they did was they took
what
the
is-
logo and they put it on a little tin sign.
What is franchise tagging? What are bird rights?
Franchise tag.
rights
I'm going
are
to take an
something-
actual shot at franchise tag. There's still time left on their deal. They want to redo their deal. However, if you franchise tag them, you promise to pay them for 1 year the average of the top 5 salaries at their position, or commensurate with the top guys at their position for 1 year until you can negotiate a bigger deal or something.
That sounds right. It says a preset price, so I imagine it would be in line with that. But it is for an additional year at the end of their
Upon the expiration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
You just said what it is, and I already forgot.
I went skydiving.
Sports.
Rocky Mountain climbing.
Sports fans becoming amateur GMs has ruined sports for me. Not ruined sports. It's I don't know. I can't.
That guy found out
NBA guys
he was dying, and his response was to go
signing 7-year deals
to Aspen, Colorado, and jump up
for
a
like
mountain.
$196 million, and then people are like, I wouldn't have given him 196. I think he's worth
to jump out of a plane.
174.
And then he said, "Fuck it, just put me on the back of a bull."
I've never understood how people arrive at those.
He didn't train for it or nothing. He just got on there and went 2.7 seconds, and he viewed that as a victory.
But NBA fans seem to like fully understand contracts.
It was just
And I don't
weird.
get-
Like that's where his brain went. Like those are not really accomplishments.
I just want to watch ball, and I don't want to deal with all the contract bullshit. Just put the players on the field.
Sounds like a
court,
stupid
let me watch.
motherfucker, to be honest.
So.
What were you talking about?
Huh?
What?
All right, that's the show. We will be back tomorrow. Oh, I forgot to. Nah, never mind. I forgot. The moment came and went. Shit. We'll be back tomorrow. See you guys.
That's how ball is done.
Once again, reading from Wilson Rawls' Where the Red Fern Grows, a timeless classic about a boy and his dogs. Picking up on page 5. As I watched him disappear into the twilight shadows, I whispered these words, "Goodbye, old fella. Good luck and good hunting." I didn't have to let him go. I could have kept him in my backyard, but to pin up a dog like that is a sin. It would have broken his heart. The will to live would have slowly left his body. I had no idea where he had come from or where he was going. Perhaps it wasn't too far, or maybe it was a long, long way. I tried to make myself believe that his home was in the Ozark Mountains somewhere in Missouri or Oklahoma. It wasn't impossible, even though it was a long way from the Snake River Valley in Idaho. I figured something drastic must have happened in his life, as it is very unusual for a hound to be traveling all alone. Perhaps he had been stolen, Or maybe he had been sold for some much-needed money. Whatever it was that had interrupted his life, he was trying to straighten it out. He was going home to the master he loved, and with the help of God, he would make it. To him, it made no difference how long the road or how rough or rocky. His old red feet would keep jogging along, on and on, mile after mile. There would be no crying or giving up. When his feet grew tired and weary, he would curl up in the weeds and rest. Water from a rain puddle or a mountain stream would quench his thirst and cool his hot, dry throat. Food found along the highway or the offerings from a friendly hand would ease the pangs of hunger. Through the rains, the snows, or the desert heat, he would jog along, never looking back. Some morning he would... Let's turn that down. Some morning he would be found curled up on the front porch. The long journey would be over. He would be home. There would be a lot of tail wagging and a few whimpering cries. His warm, moist tongue would caress the hand of the master. All would be forgiven. Once again, the lights would shine in his dog's world. His heart would be happy. His heart would be happy. After my friend had disappeared in the darkness, I stood and stared at the empty alley. A strange feeling came over me. At first, I thought I was lonely or sad, but I realized that wasn't it at all. The feeling was a wonderful one. What'd you do? Wait.
Oh, I got it. Go back to.
Is that plugged in? That's plugged in. That's good. There we go. Although the old hound had no way of knowing it, he had stirred memories, and what priceless treasures they were. Memories of my boyhood days, an old Kelce baking powder can, and 2 little red hounds. Memories of a wonderful love, unselfish devotion, and death in its saddest form. As I turned to enter my yard, I started to lock the gate, and then I thought, no, I'll leave it open. He might come back. I was about halfway to the house when a cool breeze drifted down from the rugged Tetons. It had a bite in it, and goose pimples jumped out on my skin. I stopped at the woodshed and picked up several sticks of wood. I didn't turn on any lights entering the house. The dark, quiet atmosphere was a perfect setting for the mood I was in. I built a fire in the fireplace and pulled up my favorite rocker. As I sat there in the silence, the fire grew larger. It crackled and popped. Firelight shadows began to shimmer and dance across the room. The warm, comfortable heat felt good. I struck a match to light my pipe. As I did, 2 beautiful cups gleamed from the mantel. I held the match up so I could get a better look. There they were, sitting side by side. One was large with long, upright handles that stood out like wings on a morning dove. The highly polished surface gleamed and glistened with a golden sheen. The other was smaller and made of silver. It was neat and trim and sparkled like a white star in the heavens. I got up and took them down. There was a story in those cups, a story that went back more than half a century. As I caressed the smooth surfaces, my mind drifted back through the years, back to my boyhood days. How wonderful the memories were. Piece by piece, the story unfolded. Chapter 2. I suppose there's a time in practically every young boy's life when he's affected by that wonderful disease of puppy love. I don't mean the kind a boy has for the pretty little girl that lives down the road. I mean the real kind. The kind that has 4 small feet and a wiggly tail and sharp little teeth that can gnaw on a boy's finger. The kind a boy can romp and play with, even eat and sleep with. I was 10 years old when I first became infected with this terrible disease. I'm sure no boy in the world had it worse than I did. It's not easy for a young boy to want a dog and not be able to have one. It starts gnawing on his heart and gets all mixed up in his dreams. It gets worse and worse until finally it becomes almost unbearable. If my dog wanting had been that of an ordinary boy, I'm sure my mother and father would have gotten me a puppy. But my wants were different. I didn't want just one dog. I wanted two. I wanted two, and not just any kind of a dog. They had to be a special kind and a special breed. I had to have some dogs. I went to my father and had a talk with him. He scratched his head and thought it over. Well, Billy, he said, I heard that old man Hatfield's collie is going to have pups. I'm sure I can get one of them for you. He may as well have poured cold water on me. Papa, I said, I don't want an old collie dog. I want hounds, coon hounds, and I want two of them. I could tell by the look on his face that he wanted to help me, but he couldn't. He said, Billy, those kinds of dogs cost money, and that's something we don't have right now. Maybe someday when we can afford it, you can have them, but not right now. I didn't give up. After my talk with Papa, I went to Mama. I fared no better there. Right off, she said I was too young to be hunting with hounds. Besides, a hunter needed a gun, and that was one thing I couldn't have. Not until I was 21, anyway. I couldn't understand it. There I was, sitting right in the middle of the finest hunting country in the world, and I didn't even have a dog. Our home was in a beautiful valley far back in the rugged Ozarks. The country was new and sparsely settled. The land we lived on was Cherokee land, allotted to my mother because of the Cherokee blood that flowed in her veins. It lay in a strip from the foothills of the mountains to the banks of the Illinois River in northeastern Oklahoma. The land was rich, black, and fertile. Papa said it would grow hair on a cross-cut saw. He was the first man to stick the cold steel point of a turning plow into the virgin soil.
What the fuck?
Mama had picked the spot for our log house. It nestled at the edge of the foothills in the mouth of a small canyon and was surrounded by a grove of huge red oaks. Behind our house, one could see miles and miles of the mighty Ozarks. In the spring, the aromatic scent of wildflowers, redbuds, papaws, and dogwoods drifting on the wind currents spread over the valley and around our home. Below our fields, twisting and winding, ran the clear blue waters of the Illinois River. The banks were cool and shady. The rich bottomland near the river was studded with tall sycamores, birches, and box elders. To a 10-year-old country boy, it was the most beautiful place in the whole wide world, and I took advantage of it all. I roamed the hills and the river bottoms. I knew every game trail in the thick cane brakes, and every animal track that was pressed in the mud along the river banks. The ones that fascinated me the most were the baby-like tracks of a river coon. I'd lie for hours examining them. Before leaving, I'd take a switch and sweep them all away. These I called my trail looks. The next day, I'd hurry back, and sure enough, 9 times out of 10, there in the clean-swept ground, I would once again find the tracks of a ringtail coon. I knew he had passed over the trail during the night. I could close my eyes and almost see him, humped up and waddling along, fishing under the banks with his delicate little paws for crawfish, frogs, and minnows. I was a hunter from the time I could walk. I caught lizards on the rail fences, rats in the corn crib, and frogs in the little creek that ran through the fields. I was a young Daniel Boone. As the days passed, the dog-wanting disease grew worse. I began to see dogs in my sleep. I went back to my father and mother. It was the same old story. Good hounds cost money, and they just didn't have it. My dog-wanting became so bad I began to lose weight, and my food didn't taste good anymore. Mama noticed this, and she had a talk with Papa. You're going to have to do something, she said. I never saw a boy grieve like that. It's not right at all. I know, said Papa, and I feel just as badly as you do. But what can I do? You know we don't have that kind of money. I don't care, said Mama. You've got to do something. I can't stand to see him cry like that. Besides, he's getting to be a problem. I can't get my work done. He follows me around all day long begging for hounds. I offered to get him a dog, said Papa, but he doesn't want just any kind of dog. He wants hounds, and they cost money. Do you know what the Parker boys paid for those 2 hounds they bought? $75. If I had that much money, I'd buy another mule. I sure do need one. I had overheard this conversation from another room. At first, it made me feel pretty good. At least I was getting to be a problem. Then I didn't feel so good. I knew my mother and father were poor, and they didn't have any money. I began to feel sorry for them and myself. After thinking it over, I figured out a way to help. Even though it was a great sacrifice, I told Papa I had decided I didn't want 2 hounds. 1 would be enough. I saw the hurt in his eyes. It made me feel like someone was squeezing water out of my heart. Papa sat me on his lap, and we had a good talk. He told me how hard times were, and that it looked like a man couldn't get a fair price for anything he raised. Some of the farmers had quit farming and were cutting railroad ties so they could feed their families. If things didn't get better, that's what he'd have to do. He said he'd give anything if he could get me some good hounds for me. There didn't seem to be any way he could right then. I went off to bed with my heart all torn up in little pieces and cried myself to sleep. The next day, Papa had to go to the store. Late that evening, I saw him coming back. As fast as I could, I ran to meet him, expecting a sack of candy. Instead, he handed me 3 small steel traps. If Santa Claus had come down out of the mountains, reindeer and all, I would not have been more pleased. I jumped up and down and cried a whole bucket full of tears. I hugged him and told him what a wonderful papa he was. He showed me how to set them by mashing the spring. The first thing I caught was Sammy, our house cat. If this didn't cause a commotion, I didn't intend to catch him. I was trying to catch a rat, but somehow he came nosing around, got in my trap. My sisters started howling and yelling for Mama. They came running, wanting to know what in the world was going on. None of us had to tell her. Sammy told her with his spitting and squalling. He was mad. He couldn't understand what that thing was that was biting his foot, and he was making an awful fuss about it. His tail was as big as a wet corn cob, and every hair on his small body was sticking straight up. He spit and yowled and dared anyone to get close to him. My sisters yelled their fool heads off, all the time saying, "Poor Sammy, poor Sammy." Mama shushed them up and told me to get back to the fork, go get the fork stick from under the clothesline. I ran and got it.
It's a fat fullback.
Mama was the best helper a boy ever had. She put the forked end over Sammy's neck and pinned him to the ground. It was bad enough for the trap to be biting his foot, but to have his neck pinned down, that was way too much. He threw a fit. I never heard such a racket in all my life. It wasn't long until everything on the place was all spooked up. The chickens started cackling and flew way up on the hillside. Daisy, our milk cow, all but tore the barn lot up and refused to give any milk that night. Sloppy Ann, our hog.
I know her. I dated her in college. Sloppy Ann.
Started running in circles, squealing and grunting. Is that her?
Yep, that's the one.
Sammy wiggled and twisted. He yowled and spit, but it didn't do him any good. Mama was good and stout. She held him down tight to the ground. I ran in and put my foot on the trap spring, mashed it down, and released his foot. With one loud squall, he scooted under the barn. After it was all over, Mama said, "I don't think you'll have any more trouble with that cat. I think he's learned his lesson." How wrong Mama was. Sammy was one of those nosy kind of cats. He would lie up on the red oak limbs and watch every move I made. Did you quit? That's
Chris Sims is the greatest football player that's ever lived. And I'm letting the computer play defense for me.
ball.
Look how fat this fullback is. Look at that guy. 46. This is working. Me just putting the controller down on defense is... the best defense I can play. Okay, so...
Steak. I made steak Sunday night. My kids didn't eat them, so I'm not going to let them go to waste.
I learned how to juke, by the way. Or I remembered how to... Whoop! Well,
You didn't juke.
I relearned how to juke.
Why would you juke to the left if he's coming from your right?
I don't know, dude. I didn't say I know how to do it well. Wide receiver, deep outs. It's the deep outs. Oh, sweet. I got a guy that's out with back spasms now.
There it is. There we go.
There we go. There we go. There we go. We got to run the ISO. Boom, boom, boom. Yep. Let's do check. No. Oh, no. Oh, what a catch. What a catch. We're taking a shot here? Is this a place where you take a shot? Yep. Yep. I'll be honest, I didn't see that guy there.
There were so many places to throw that ball.
He was open if the guy wasn't there. Do you deny that? He was wide open if that guy wasn't there. God damn, I suck so bad at this game. What happened?
You're not good.
Was I always this bad and I turned the settings down or something? I did beat Miami though. God damn it, dude. Just fucking... How do you play pass defense for real on this game? You can't. There's nothing you can do. It's just... It's whether the algorithm wants to fuck you or not. And they're throwing the ball all over the field. I mean... That's got to be an interception. You've got to be fucking kidding. Like, what do you do, Brandon? What do you do, Brandon? What would you do?
I would have sacked him.
God damn, this is annoying. I didn't realize Texas is the best team on this game. And now I just want to play with Texas, and they're so much better than Miami.
Stop diving.
How are you going to catch him, Brandon, if I don't dive? Oh. TJ, we might have to end the stream. I don't want people to see me this way. I'm supposed to be cool guy Mark.
No, you turn your hat back around.
At halftime. At halftime, if they score here, we're going to have to... We're going to have to do something.
What are you doing? You're just
I'm confused.
going from side to side.
I'm confused. I'm confusing them. Is this live, TJ? Oh, yeah. Oh, took his head off. Took his head off. His head off. We're doing man lock. We're not blitzing. You can't get to him. I've been trying to blitz him for 4 games now. Have not.
Stop him here. You're going to win the game.
I'm not even touching the controller. I'm letting it's in God's hands now. Sack! I didn't even blitz. Oh, I gotta call timeout. Yeah, I gotta call timeout. Oh, they're saying punt return?
No. From 25?
I'm doing safe field goal. Doink. Here comes the doink. There's no way.
42
There's
yards?
no. Have you ever seen a 43-yard field goal right down the middle? There's no way. What am I down? 17-0?
You're fine. Score here. Get the ball.
Score, get the ball, score.
Mm-hmm.
Get a stop, score.
Yeah.
And we're up.
Just
Okay.
don't run directly into the one guy who can tackle you.
I got to do the wide receiver deep outs. It's the only play I trust. He's open, dude. He's open. He's open. Watch. I'll do it again and I'll show you. This time, watch. Watch closely. Do we go square? I think we might go square. Yep. Get. Whoa! Oh! 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 We're gonna get it to work. Throw L?
Oh, we got to go down the field. You only have 23 there. No, not L. Oh, not.
Yeah, good call, Brandon. Let's go L. They can't stop it 4 times in a row. There's no way. There's no way they're stopping it 4 times in a row. And I think everybody knows that.
Do you want me to accidentally hit the PlayStation?
They stopped it 4 times. TJ, cut the stream. I don't want people to see me this way. I don't want people to see me this way. This is bad.
Bye, everybody.